Hello, this is Nate Tucker, Senior Functional Consultant with goVirtualOffice, and welcome to today's Fast 5. In this edition, I'll be going through inventory counts in under 5 minutes in NetSuite. Inventory counts are the best practice to keep your inventory levels accurate. You can assign count intervals to keep you on schedule for counting items regularly and identifying inventory issues before they become a problem. With that being said, let's get started on inventory counts in NetSuite in under 5 minutes. In our scenario, you've been tasked with the setup of items to be used for inventory counts and getting this process started. To begin with, let's review the item record and what details need to be assigned. So here we're on an assembly item, so this is for an all-terrain mountain bike that we have. So if we scroll down here under purchasing and inventory, what we're going to have is the locations tab here. This is where we're going to have the ability by location, you can configure these options. We're going to be working with the Dagobah location, so if we scroll to the right, we know that it's our fourth option down, and it's right here below my face. So right in here, we see a next count date, a count interval, a classification. We can see a last count date that was recorded in the system. So we can see all of that information right in here. So what you can do is your next count date, you can go ahead and assign what that next one would be. But what we also have is that if you counted it, what it will do is it'll add 30 days to the last time you counted it, and that will be your next count date. So you can adjust this value. A lot of clients will have a conjunction that maybe A's are counted every 30 days, maybe B's are every 90 days, and C items are counted every 180 days, or potentially 365, however often you want to do that. But these three fields are going to be key for what we're going to be looking at when we go through and actually create these counts. So I'm going to scroll back over, and again, currently in Dagobah, we have 23 items in there. So now we're going to go through, and we're going to start and create an inventory count. So we'll go ahead and navigate to that page. And again, that was just under transactions, inventory, and right in here, create an inventory count. So once we're out here, we have a few options. Any field that has a red star next to it is required. So in here, we're going to assign our subsidiary, our location, the account filled in because we had a default account set up. This is generally going to be an expense account. You can adjust it if you need to. Over here is down where those values come in. So we have our count start date and our count end date. Because I just counted this other one, I'm going to make sure to pull it out to this date so that my bike appears in here. So what I can do is I can go down here, I can use that classification to filter. So now I can look for just A's. Over here I can see last count date for some of these. What we're going to do in our scenario is we're going to count our bike again. So we'll move this up a little bit. Once I have the item or items selected, so you can choose as many or as few as you would need. There are a few other options up here that you could have items that don't have any inventory levels show in the reports, and you can also sort these by row if you would like to. In our scenario, we're now going to go ahead and hit submit, and what that's going to do, it's going to create an inventory count for us. So now what someone else can do is they can come along and they can start the count for us. So now they can go in here to start count. And right down here, what they'll do is they will edit this, and this is where they're going to enter the amount of items that they found there. Notice that they don't see what it currently has in there, so they can't just copy what's in there. In our scenario, we're going to adjust this down to 21, even though we had 23 in there. So this way, we'll see that it's going to make that change for us. I entered in that new quantity that I counted. What I can do now is hit save. And at this point, now this is in a started status. So through your different inventory counts, there's started, there's pending approval, and then there's completed. So what we can do here is this one's been started. What I can do is now complete this, and this is now going to go into a pending approval status. So now a warehouse manager, someone with that ability, would come in here and review this and go, yep, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we only have 21 of these. So once they approve this, what's going to happen is the inventory for this item is going to move from 23 down to 21 immediately. So I've just hit approve on this. Notice that it's now gone to approved. If I go through my recent records, I can go right back to that item. And now if we go down to our inventory levels in Dagobah, we are now down to 21 items. And that's all you need to know about inventory counts in NetSuite in under 5 minutes. Reach out through our website, goVirtualOffice.com. Otherwise, feel free to call us at 888-773-2123. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.